Welcome, I'm Tom Denby. Now today I want to talk to you today a little bit about wedges and head design and bounce angle in particular. So one of the big mistakes a lot of amateurs do is they either get the bounce angle wrong with the loft, or they don't actually invest in a set of wedges. It's very, very important to invest in a set of wedges so they're a matching set. So you wouldn't have a lot of different irons in your bag, so you've got to make sure that we have all the same wedges so they perform the same and feel the same. Now, we've got here some wedges to kind of give you an idea. So I've got a 52, a 56 and a 60-degree wedge here. So the key then is kind of the balance between the loft and the bounce. So here we've got 4 degrees gap in between your wedges. So if you get a 50-degree gap wedge, you'd then probably go 54 and 58. But here we've got 52, 56 and 60. Now, we can see there's different numbers on the bottom here. So I've got 52 and 10, 56 and 14, 60 and 12. Now, the little number at the bottom there, that in effect is the bounce angle. Now, in simple terms, the bounce angle is the angle when we place something flat on the top here from the back of the flange here to the front of it. So it's this angle here. So the lower that number, the tighter that'll sit to the ground on the floor. So if you play a golf course where traditionally the actual ground's very, very hard, then you want a club with low bounce, because the bounce, in effect, as it says, will bounce off the surface. So it's very hard, you'll then keep thinning it. So if you play on a golf course that's actually quite soft and gets quite wet, you want a high bounce, because if you had a low bounce, the leading edge of the club would just keep digging in, you keep hitting it heavier. So it's all dependent on the golf course you play, really, but also on the shots you want to play. So with a 52, an average 10-degree bounce is absolutely fine, because in general you'll be playing fullish types of shots. When we look at your 56, you want a high bounce because you're going to be playing in the bunker. So what you're trying to do is actually get the club to enter the sand and use the high bounce to help you get out of it. Now, generally with a 60, you want really probably quite a low bounce. Now, one thing to notice is that the sole plate here gets wider as we go along. So the 52 is quite narrow, then the 56 and the 60 gets a lot wider. So if you have a 60-degree wedge with a wide sole plate and a low bounce, it's easy to get the club nipping underneath the ball and playing those specialist shots. But it is dependent on the course you're playing at, how much you play, and also how confident you get with playing these types of clubs. But certainly get a set, get an understanding of the difference between the lofts in your set and also the bounce angles, and make a huge change in your short game.